With how popular Artale MapleStory Worlds has become, a lot of new players from all corners of the world are looking to join in on the fun. Whether you've just received your EI, EBT, or trust fund payments for the month, it's totally understandable to want to deck out an assassin. It's the class we all remember as kids, the Dexless Sin, the class that can jump around throwing kunais and throwing stars doing tons of damage. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but Sins are sort of a trap here on Artale. You see, the class isn't innately bad, it's just most people aren't playing it right. Here is the definitive guide you will need to succeed as an assassin on MapleStory World's Artale.
I'm just here to slam the Sahis and talk Artale, and I'm all out of Artale.
First of all, I want to make two things clear. There is no HP washing mechanism here on Artale, and there are no Dexless claws. No Maple Claw, no Maple Kindeo, Skanda, or Shinobi Bracers. There is no Night Raven claws either. And this has propelled most players who've opted to play as Sins to go a low dex or medium dex route. It's not uncommon to find Sins in the level 40 range with something atrocious like 80 base dex. It's also not uncommon to see them complaining about the class in the Artale Discord server either. I guess the saying of "Buff Night Lords" continue to be a meme across every single MapleStory server out there, with the exception that on Artale, they might just actually need it. So, how should you play an assassin here? The answer is, you shouldn't. Well, you can if you really want to, and if that's the case, the key to your troubles is Meba. Meba is a level 25 claw, requiring a total dex of 50 with weapon attack ranging from 16 average to 18 max. Out of all the claws available in the game, Meba is the only claw that has an attack speed of fast 3. Everything else is a fast 4. The lower the number, the faster you'll be attacking. This superior attack speed means you'll be doing more damage wearing an 18 attack Meba than if you were to wear, say, a Steel Avarice with 22 attack. This is the first upgrade and the last upgrade for the foreseeable future you'll be making to your weapon in the game. You don't want to go for a higher level claw as they lack the fast 3 attack speed and also require much more dex than the Meba. And for obvious reasons, you don't want to settle before the Meba because, unfortunately, the reality is, too many people want to make Sins, hence making scrolls for claw attack super expensive.
Nah, you giving them too much knowledge.
You see, the best kept secret about Meba is this claw actually allows you to go Dexless here on Artale. You will never have to complain in the Artale Discord about how little damage your Lucky 7 is doing. Meba requires 50 dex. You'll have 25 base dex from your job events. The overall you should be using is a Sauna Robe, which you can do the quest for or pick up in the auction house for about 300k mesos as of this recording date. Assuming your source of funds are the former two, not the latter, you will likely want to run scrolls for overall armor dex 100% on these, getting you to a total of 35 dex. Another 5 dex can come from scrolling your Raggedy Cape or Icarus Cape with 100% dexes. Again, the scrolls I'm using is just to show how easy and realistic it is to equip this claw. If you can afford 60%, go for it, but currently at the first week of Artale North America's release, they are really expensive. At 40 dex, your last 10 dex is super easy to get. Buy a green bamboo hat which has 3 base dex and run 7 helmet for dex 100% on it. And boom, congratulations, you are now done. This whole process costed you probably around 5 million mesos. Now, this is where the fun really begins.
You just gotta gorilla canvas it up.
There are only 3 more upgrades for you to make to your character. The first one is very intuitive. Get an attack work glove. Try to get a 10 attack one, and if you're really balling, aim for 11 attack. You will probably be farming glove for weapon attack scroll 60% once you hit around the level 40 range, so you can kind of put this off for later. The second one is stars. On Artale, assassins don't need to recharge their stars and only need 1 set in their inventory. As a result, star drop rates have been tuned all the way down, which have caused stars to be prohibitively expensive. As of October 27th, 2024, there are only 2 known sets of Ilbis in the game and a handful of Steelings being sold for 20 million mesos apiece. Hell, even Tobis are going for 10 mil each. I would honestly recommend knowing your limits and playing within it. Consider picking up some mock bees, tops, or even icicles and sticking with it for a while until either LB prices come down or you find someone at the gas station willing to trade for your EBT food stamps for a bit of quick cash. And you probably guess what the last thing would be. the one and only, the holy grail, your Meba. You want to be both farming for a max 18 attack Meba while simultaneously trying to land a clean 10% on the first slot and 60% the rest. Oh, you've already done that? Well, keep doing this until you get a perfect plus 7-10% in Meba or decide to play another more well-rounded class. Hey, don't blame me, you're the one who wanted to play an assassin. And at the very least, I can guarantee you that you will be the strongest, most poggest assassin or hermit in your party. Have a good game, and may the scrolls forever be in your favor.
Nexon.com. Charge your world coins today.